Welcome to Type C Tech Reviews. Today we're going to be unboxing the HyperX Armada 27. If at any point during the video you want to check out this exact same monitor or some other monitors, because we're going to be talking about them for sure, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But let's get this thing unboxed. Tape right there and right there. Nice packaging overall. Cutting that open. We'll see how this was packaged. Never had a monitor from HyperX before. It looks very nice actually. Very similar to Dell's. Right away, we've got the power cable. Hopefully this is an internal power supply. Oh wow, we got some nice DisplayPort cables. HyperX branded, nice thick cables, quite long. You're actually never gonna find this anywhere else. I'm actually very surprised right away. Nice long HDMI cables. I mean, these are sweet. These are something you're actually gonna use. Most of them you would never use. Then you just have some paperwork and some warranty cards and stuff like that. Here we have some screws and another screw. I think this is for if you wanna like mount it through your desk. Again, this is a monitor arm that this one comes with, very cool. Then in the rest of this, we've got a HyperX Armada like paperwork manual thing, kind of interesting. And then here we've got the actual monitor arm itself. They sell this on its own. So if you guys don't like the monitor but love the monitor arm, they sell this for $110, which is fairly steep. It's kind of mid-grade for a monitor arm. So let's see how this is. I have some experience with monitor arms. This is all metal. I mean, this is nice. Look at how thick this is. That's solid metal right there. So you're definitely getting quality parts with the metal right here. I mean, you're also getting nice rubber on the top and bottom. This actually feels quite premium. 110 bucks right away just from the build quality. We'll see the other side of it, but this looks like it could be a little bit more expensive right here. Cable channels right there. Feels like that might break if you open it a little bit too far. I don't know. But overall, looks pretty good. Let's open the top half, which is in here. That's a big top part of it. All right, so we got a few really good things going on. Number one, this is a solid piece. Like, this is actually quite heavy. This is a solid piece of metal up here. Not that that really matters, I guess, for structural rigidity, but besides that, you're not gonna be touching this much, but I mean, it's very high quality parts. On the bottom here, we have cable channels, not too big. I mean, I've got some pretty thick cables you can see right there. I don't know if you can see, but that's not huge. Also, that kind of feels like it might break. It's like they have the high quality metal. Could you do a little bit thicker plastic there? But we'll have to test that. Then the coolest thing here, it's a clip-in stand. That's like the best part of this whole thing. The other thing is that this literally looks stupid easy. It looks like it was very well designed. We've got a thing here. This is to tighten it. You can see it tightens in there. So that's open. Basically all that you need to do now is you take this part, unscrew this, and this won't hurt your desk. This is really high quality rubber here. Now these are all really big pros so far. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on. However, this is a very high price point. At a price tag of $499.99. That is the price tag. 1440p, 27 inches, 165 hertz. That is a lot of money. Like an exorbitant amount of money for a 27-inch 1440p gaming monitor. That's a lot of money. Now this $110, even if you take 110 off, $390 for a 1440, I mean, it better be really good. There's not a whole lot of specs, so we'll have to see. Let's get this part on the desk. That's how you're gonna install this. You're gonna put this first on the desk. This is gonna be kind of a process, so we're just gonna pull this out. We're gonna have to pull this out just a little bit more, quite a bit more actually. We're gonna slide this in the middle, which is right here. We're gonna slide everything back. All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna get under the desk. I'm gonna get these cables out of the way. You're gonna make sure it's straight and flat against the desk, and if it is, well, you're gonna turn this like that, and it'll kind of tighten it, and it'll clamp it down to your desktop. Very good. All right, now with that clamp down there, you can test it out. Very, very solid. This little clip, which honestly, not a good design, because that is super hard to get out without breaking your fingernail off. But I got it. So this will adjust your height. I'm gonna put it fairly low because I like it kind of low. Put it all the way down there. And there we go. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this part. I think it would probably be easier to clip it when it's actually on there. So we're gonna take this part, and all you gotta do is, I mean, this is a really good design. Slide it down. Actually, that may be a little bit low. This will go up and down as you see there. Yeah, we're gonna do this a little bit higher. Oh, this clip is so tight though. That's not a good design. We'll do it there. There we go. Now, continuing the unboxing, we've got a little thing right here. This is heavy. What is this? We've got wrenches, and it looks like VESA mounts if you want to just use the, yeah, very cool. So you have VESA mounts, so it looks like you can take this plate off, or maybe you screw, yeah, it looks like maybe you screw into that. So you have your VESA mount right there if you want to put it on there instead of having it clip in. So that's cool. Then it looks like we have another one, maybe for 75mm. We'll have to see. I have no idea what this is, but well, if this is for you and you need this for something, they include it. There you go. All right, guys, continuing on with this unboxing, the packaging is fantastic. We're gonna lift this off, and there we go. They make it nice. They have a little pre-cut slit down here. They got a lot of things right for not having a monitor, really. So I guess they did want you to put that on there and then first clip that in and then set it on there, but not a big deal. I do not expect this to be super heavy, although it does look like it's pretty thick. That's interesting. We're just gonna rip that away. Now, this is interesting. Wow, it's like very light, but it's thick. I mean, look at that. That's pretty thick. As far as the finish, this actually looks like it's going to be a better, like not a super matty finish, which is good. A lot of good stuff here. NVIDIA G-Sync, I think this is G-Sync compatibility, not actual G-Sync, but it looks like it's certified because they are plastering that everywhere. HDR 400, I mean, nothing else is like crazy about this. Ports are also interesting. Literally just 2 HDMIs and a display port. Is there a 3.5mm? Is there no audio port on this? Did they really? I must be missing that. They didn't give you an audio port? This is the single, like smallest amount of ports. This monitor is literally like 500 bucks. The build quality feels interesting. It feels hollow. Super weird, but okay. We're gonna mount it on here. I will say, the stand is way overbuilt. This thing like weighs nothing. So as far as the monitor arm itself, this way, I haven't tightened this actually. This is a little bit hard. So is the tilt, although it's pretty good, but it's like 500 bucks. Is a lot of money. This it feels really cheap. And for $500, you better be better than LG and Dell, because this is what we're gonna talk about. We haven't even turned this on yet. I don't really know much of the specs because they don't put it anywhere. This is the Dell G3223D. If you guys follow me, you've seen this. Now this has a price tag. Currently it's on a pretty big sale, but it's got a price tag. You see down there, $449.99. Now, let's go over this. This is a 32-inch curved IPS panel that has 95% of the DCI-P3 color. This thing's freaking amazing. I mean, and right now it's on sale for $369.98. This is really good, far superior to anything that we've seen from this yet. Even though it has a cool stand, there's no way. I just don't see a world, even if this has wide color gamut, I just don't see a world where this is beating that. But let's plug it in, see how it does. All right guys, now with it on the desk, I mounted it in the middle, which I never do with monitor arms, but on the website, on all the product pictures, it was all mounted in the center. But obviously, if you want it to be like actually at a nice viewing distance, not like right there, then you're gonna wanna mount it to the side, but whatever. Let's turn this thing on and well, let's see how it is. Definitely a matte finish, but it looks a little bit less matte. It almost looks like the LG. Is this a nano IPS panel? I don't know. Let's do it. Turning it on, there's a dedicated on button and then a joystick right here over on the right side. So dual monitor setup, can't use those, but okay, so I can tell you right away, the matte finish is actually kind of more present. I'm just gonna open this. Yeah, it is kind of a worse matte finish. So actually not what I thought from just seeing it with it off. But let's go into the menu system. I'm interested to see how HyperX menu system. Oh, that looks bad. Okay, that's not terrible. Adaptive sync, so the G-Sync or G-Sync compatibility, I don't know, is on. Response time, level 1, level 5. I like that there's 5 levels. Frame rate, different stuff. It's really, really, really responsive, which is good. They have different color modes. Ooh, gaming, nice. Standard, warm, cool, cinema, native, vivid, RGB gain adjustment, sweet. We're just gonna leave it in vivid because that looks nice. Picture, we got brightness, we're gonna turn this up to 100%. This looks nice and bright. Oh, actually, vivid is not they got some like over clarity effect going on, so we're just gonna leave this in native. The menu system is really fast, and that's something I like. Dynamic contrast. Is this just the screen brightness ever changing, or is that local dimming? Would they just not call it local dimming? I don't know. All right, inputs, power. So they have a power LED. Where is that? Oh, there's one right here. Very dim. It's very dim under there. Okay, different menu stuff. Settings, so not a ton of settings. So there we go. Okay, now it's not doing full refresh rate, so let's go to NVIDIA control panel. We can see this is an NVIDIA G-Sync certified monitor, which is pretty cool, what we expected. We're at full 2560 by 1440p, but we need to change this to 165 hertz. All right, now at 165 hertz, we're gonna see if this can output 10 bits of color, and it cannot. At a $500 price point, it can't output 10 bits of color at 165 hertz. That's shocking. Like, that's bad. What's going on? Okay. The colors look decent, definitely not like the Alienware that I just took off the desk. Not even close to as good as Dell's G3223D, or is it F? Something like that. Yeah, the G3223D. And you might be like, wait, why are you comparing this to 32-inch monitors? A lot of the best IPS 160, 144 hertz monitors cut their 27 inches. They just like only are doing 32. The other one would be the LG 32GP850. That's an IPS panel, and we can see right now, I'm gonna click on this one. Right now, these are current prices. It might change. MSRP of $599.99, so 100 bucks more than this, but right now it's $439.99. These are average typical prices. The Dell might have been slightly lower, but I've seen it mainly around $450, which is $50 less than these. Both of these, I mean, this is not a bad monitor, but it's bad for the price. That's the main point here. I mean, I can just tell you, the specs don't align. The color gamuts, I mean, I can tell you the color gamut is not gonna be fantastic. It overall looks like fairly accurate, but whatever. Let's hop in game, see how this thing games. I expect it to do pretty well, but if it does anything less, in fact, let's just do the ghosting before we do the gaming. Yeah, I mean, the ghosting's really good, but it also is on both of the other monitors that I tested. So there's no really red flags here, and I think, well, I actually think HyperX has a really good base here. Like this menu system is actually quite good. So level 2, let's see, level 5's got a ton of pixel overshooting, and level 4 is like basically perfect, possibly a small amount of pixel overshooting. Yeah, there's a small amount of pixel overshooting. So let's drop that down to, yeah, level 3 is the perfect setting to have this in, just in case you do get this monitor. I'm sorry for trashing it, but we must be truthful. This is what it looks like. As you can see, I'll do that one more time. Yeah, it's basically perfect. We'll speed up the speed a little bit. There's a little bit, but overall the ghosting is very, very good. The crazy thing though is there's no audio out on this thing. There's no USBs, there's no audio out, there's no Type-C connection, there's like no ports. There's like 2 HDMIs and then a display port. 500 bucks. I think HyperX has a good future in the monitor industry, but not if they are so out to lunch with pricing. This is a really good package, especially because they have this standard, which not a lot of, like, LG did it with their ultra-fine monitors, but I mean, this could set them apart if it was priced well. This is not. It can't even output 10 bits of color. I can't even imagine what their color gamut is. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but I doubt that it has like high coverage, wide coverage of the DCI-P3 color space. I mean, the image is nice, but nicer than the LG 32GP850 or the Dell G3223D? No. No way, and both of those are 32-inch monitors that are significantly less than this monitor right now. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, but let's get in game and see how this thing games. The other thing that I do want to mention is like this bezel down here is thick and it's not classy. Also, the HyperX logo doesn't really look the best because the way that their logo is, it's like, I don't know, it's just not integrated well. This honestly looks like it's mainstream China manufacturer that they just put their logo on. This doesn't look good. So does this. I mean, this looks like a Chinese manufactured, like, I don't know. Like Dell and LG are doing real custom stuff. Each monitor feels like it's their own monitor. Obviously, Dell doesn't develop their own panels, but LG does, and well, no, I will say, actually, the image is quite nice, but again, not nicer than those other panels. I mean, just not at all. There's no comparison here. I mean, is this good? Is it vibrant? Yeah, it's actually nice and vibrant. It's pretty. It seems very fast, but even if it's got significantly lower input lag, it's not going to have lower input lag than a 240 hertz or a 360 hertz monitor, and you can get those at this price point. Also, they make a 24-inch 360 hertz monitor, and it's like not well priced at all. It's the same price as this, 1080p, 24 inches. They're so out to lunch with their pricing, it just doesn't make sense. And they're just not gonna be competitive until they drop their prices. If they did drop their prices, this would be a totally different review. And we're gonna keep this monitor. So if they do drop that, I might actually do a review, but they would have to drop it and we'd have to get confirmation from HyperX that they're gonna keep it at that price point because we can't review a monitor off of a sale. That just doesn't make any sense. But I mean, the image is good. It feels very quick. It feels like very low input lag, especially for only 165 hertz. I will say the image is pretty, and I think the color gamut is actually probably higher than I expected. The input lag is very, very quick, but again, those other monitors are just better. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again because, well, it's not gonna change. That's just what this is. The thing that doesn't make sense here is if HyperX is a very gamer-centered brand and more of an esports-centered brand, especially with their different keyboards and stuff like that that are focusing less on, well, the way that they look and more on the way that they perform, just coming out with a 165 hertz monitor that's overpriced, I mean, you can't get the response times with that slow of a refresh rate. It's just not possible. And then having it overpriced, it just doesn't make sense from basically every standard. Is this a good monitor? Yes, it is. It's a great monitor. And if this was priced at $300, I would probably highly recommend this. However, if you guys want a monitor that's, well, an IPS panel, it's very pretty, it's very vibrant, and it's hitting around 144 or 165 hertz, I would right now recommend the Dell G3223D or the LG 32GP850. But that Dell, well, it's on a bigger sale right now. That thing is, yeah, pretty dang good. All right. That's my recommendations. Again, Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links if you want to check out any of the 3 monitors I've talked about in this video, either the HyperX Armada 27. Again, if they do end up lowering the price and we get confirmation from HyperX, I'm going to do a full review of this monitor again. But all right, this was Type C Tech Reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next video.